right, our next song that goes along with Book 3, beginning rock guitar, is Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent and the Motor City Madman, right? And I'm just going to play it. And if you've worked on it and you want to play it with me, go ahead and then we'll talk about it. All right? Ready, go. And. All right. So this is one of those riffs that when it, especially when it was popular, and I can't remember what year, but uh, anybody who learned you know, a halfway version of the riff would come into a music store and try out guitars, and it's kind of like Smoke on the Water, you know, like it's one of those licks that a lot of people learned and played badly. Stairway to Heaven's another one, but this Ted Nugent, and he's kind of a character, right? He's become more political in his recent years as a Republican. I tend toward Republican views, but not as staunchly as Ted Nugent. But he has a lot of. He's an interesting fellow in that he doesn't. He says he's never eaten at a McDonald's, and for a musician who has been on tour as much as he has, not to eat fast food, but he said it's his thing that he won't. His family doesn't eat any meat unless he kills it with his bow and arrow, right? So just a little bit about Ted, and he is kind of a character, and I always enjoy seeing him, you know, talk on TV and such. But this song, you know, and the way he played it, I watered it down a little bit. He did a little lick like kind of like meow, you know, like a cat, you know. And I'm doing a little vibrato. I don't always do that, but I was adding that a little bit. And recently we've done vibrato, but this is hard to do with a double stop. Right? You got to really press and then kind of shake the guitar, you know. But the open A's are muted with the flesh of your heel of your hand, and so at the bridge. So you don't want a normal sounding A bass note. You want it slightly muted, but the double stops you're doing first finger flat, third finger flat, third finger flat, and it's like 2 0 4 0 5 5 0 2 4 0 5, and then 2 0 4 0 5 5 0 5 4 0 2. So it kind of inverts on the second statement. And then he starts adding these little lead ins, but you have to skip a string and hit the double stop before you hit the next bass note. Normally, in like a country song or something, it would go, but here it's. And then he adds more bass notes than he did in the intro. it's all in the tablature, if you got the sheet. And now, in the third line, that's the verse. And he does that same little lead in, but it goes 2-0-5-0. And so you have to kind of jump on that fifth fret. You know, it's not really right under the fingers. You have to kind of leap to it. You know, it's like 2-0-5-0, 2-0-5-0, 2-5-0-2. So you got to be careful. It's not the same thing every time. It's 2-0-5-0, 2-0-5-0, 2-5-0-2. And then fifth string, now he's not muting, and he's going down, down, up, and then it's a G chord with just the second and first fingers. You don't need to finger the first string or the second string. And so it's like 0-3-5, down, down, up, and then it's down, 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 up, get off the chord, and then do a D chord, and it's down, down, up, and it's kind of a strum up on the first two strings, and then immediately a barred A chord. And you're hitting second, third, and fourth strings, and then hitting the bass note, 0-5-0-2. And then you repeat that third line, 0-3-4-2, 0-5-0-2, 2-5-0-2, 0-3-4, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 0-5-0-2. And that A chord is tying into the last measure of that line. If you counted it, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So you're tying into the next measure with that barred A chord. And it comes along, those chords are really pretty fleeting. I mean, up to speed is... So, and then the only other thing is at the end I do 5-4-0, and I hit 4 strings of an A chord, the 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and that makes it a major kind of bright ending, kind of ends it out really well. So I'm going to play it one more time and go through it maybe a little faster and see if I make some mistakes or something, you know. Okay, so ready, go, and. The vibrato's optional. That time I did a clamped A. You could just bar it and try not to hit the first string or mute it, or you could do a clamped A, and it's easier to mute the first string on that final chord. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and you know, let's not get too political about Ted Nugent, okay? Let's not worry about that. He's a character and definitely has a strong personality, and I like him. You know, I think his guitar style is very much Ted Nugent. You know, it's a signature guitar style, and from many decades of playing, when he was in the Amboy Dukes, and they had Journey to the Center of the Mind. Uh, and then later he branched out as a solo artist, Ted Nugent. You know, and that's um, had a good career, but definitely a homebody in Detroit. He's from Detroit, has a lot of land there, and hunts for his food, and interesting fellow. You know, it's just he's not the typical. I don't think he ever does drugs or alcohol. You know, really clean living fellow, and you wouldn't think that of a rock star, right? So anyway, enjoy this. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button, and look for me on Facebook and Instagram, John Hedger Guitar Studio. All right.